Okay, welcome to Zeedam Astrology for your transit reading, where I align tarot and Vedic astrology to help us through this journey across the sea of life. So we start off, as I normally do, with the energy cards, and for us to see, what is happening and what are the energies surrounding us. I've added a few more because I just feel that it's needed and that we can work with it. And here we have growth. The energy card, first energy card for this month of May 2023 is growth. I've added a few cards to the reading, and you will see, as I go along and I do the chart and the kundali, you will see how these work. And this is the signs, as in what signs we might focus on, what would be the cards playing out. During the reading we will know what these are. And this is Leo. So we have growth and Leo. Then we have the planets, or the graha. So let's see what this is going to bring up. The planets or the graha. And we have, let's see, the south node. Very interesting. The south node. Okay, and the south node is what we would look at in terms of anxiety and trouble and what it's all about. And this is the element cards that we are shuffling here. And the element here we have is earth. Earth. The element is earth. And now we are going to choose the bhava. And the bhava, let us see what the bhava is. The bhava. Okay, the house. Whoops, my hands are a little buttery this morning. So let us see. The house is the third house. Communication, all about siblings, all about maybe some kind of education. So that we would look at it in that way. And let us look at the deity. What is the deity that is going to surround this energy for us? Who is the deity? So let us see whom we have chosen. And we seem to always be getting Lord Kapila. Lord Kapila, the knower of matter and spirit. So something, is telling me that at the end of the day, we have Lord Kapila coming through for a lot of our readings. So it's all about the messages of God. So that this is probably a spiritual time and continues to be a spiritual time for us. And this is a new one that I am looking at in terms of the moon. Now we know that the moon moves every 2.5 days from sign to sign. But I just want us to choose something that we should be focusing on. And these are the cards that I felt would give us that focus or mind or mental stability, and where we should, throw our consciousness behind. And it's moon in Virgo. Even though moon may not be in Virgo right now, that is where the energies are asking us to be centered. But I'll explain more as we go along and I do the analysis for you during the reading. Now this set of cards, I have not yet put them on my library, so that I'm using them because I really like them. I like the feel of them. I like the energy that they give me. But it will be a different set that we will be showing through the explanation and analysis. So understand that I'm just using it for the video, but for the analysis you will see a different pack. But obviously it will be the same cards. And we move along with the tetractys spread, as I always do. And the foundation of this tetractys spread is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. We have the Three of Cups. So quite a bit of celebration. Eight of Wands. The Nine of Swords. the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. Then we go to the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. Ten of Pentacles. Then we have the Chariot, followed by the High Priestess and Judgment. So in this pack, once again, we see, I think as last month also, we had a lot of external forces, and here we have Wheel of Fortune, Hanged Man, Chariot, High Priestess, and Judgment. So of the 10 cards, we have 5 of them, 50% are external forces. So it tells you immediately from, what I've been reading for you, that there are a lot of outside influences that we have no control over that will be affecting us for this period that we are looking at, May 2023. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We have Saturn still in Aquarius in Satabishak. Jupiter has moved from Pisces to Aries. Venus has moved from Aries to Taurus. So we still have Sun and Mercury here. So Mercury is still combust. We have Rahu and Jupiter in Ashwini Nakshatra. So they are both affecting each other. They are both trying to probably use the signification or absorb the significations of each other. So we have to be wary of teaching, of educating, of what we listen to, how we communicate, who we listen to, because that is just not cutting it this month. Mercury is combust, so we all know what happens when Mercury is combust. Communication is all over the place. It may not be the truth, it may not be the full facts being given to you. But I want to look at Saturn in its third aspect. So Saturn's third aspect is here in Aries. His seventh aspect will be in Leo, and his 10th aspect is in Scorpio. So with Saturn's third aspect with all these planets on stellium, you may find obstacles, you may find delays, you may find that things may not be working out. But Saturn can only give so much, and Saturn is very powerful. Saturn is very powerful in his own home. He's the master of karma, he's the lord of the karma, he's the judge, jury, and sometimes executioner. But executioner in a good way, because I always tell you that Saturn delays, he does not deny. So that if this is your first house, you will find yourself being a bit lackadaisical. You may not want to do things, and it may be that you would want to put off things, that you can do it another day, you can do it another time. You need to know which house Leo is for you, so you'll know what is affected. Likewise with Scorpio. So this is why I keep telling you that transits are secondary to dashas. And dashas we can only find out if we have your specific information. So I say it one more time. This is not specific to anyone. This is just a general reading. To get your specific information, you need to contact me or send your information when you look at it on my blogs or these videos. It's your date of birth, your time of birth, and your place of birth. So that let's move on and let us see what else we can find out here. So it kind of remains the same. It really doesn't have too much movement at the beginning of May. So that this is why I add sometimes the clarity, because we have the longer lasting planets remaining where they are. We have Pluto, we have Neptune, we have Uranus. And Rahu and Ketu are always opposite each other. They are not moving for some months still from within Aries and Libra. Jupiter has finally moved out, and Jupiter will spend a year now in Aries. So, those are the planets that we really look for to find out the long-term effects that it may have on us. I've explained to you that we really don't look at moon, because moon moves every 2.5 days. So, your thoughts, your words, your deeds, your actions coming from your mental capacity says a lot, and it varies, it jumps all over. So that is something that you need to be aware of, and the potential pitfalls or successes that may come from you knowing or having that information. So let us see what the cards are going to clarify for us. We had as the foundational card the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is all about turning your back on something. You are weary. You have had enough. Not that you want to give up, but that some things are just not worth fighting for. That's what you feel like. That's what you feel that it's happening to you right now. And it all comes back to, Jupiter being with Rahu, where Rahu is the great deceiver. Rahu has all the thoughts in his head, but he doesn't have the body to strategize or to take action. That's Ketu. Ketu has the body, the south node. Rahu is the north node. And then we have Uranus. Uranus is sitting there with all these planets. And at the end of the day, that power struggle, that rebellious nature, it's going to do something to you. And we're all in Aries where we want to create, we want to take the initiative, but it's just not happening. So you have this wariness about you, this disinterest, as it were, in life right now. But you're turning your back on whatever it is you want to turn your back on right now. But the cups are standing behind you. You have eight cups there standing still. And what does the cup standing mean? It means that things are still there for you. You have put a foundation, you have dealt with it, you're turning your back on something that you have built. So is that really what you want? But that's the unity, that's the card that is there as the foundation. That is how you're feeling right now. And it might just be a phase, because this is where Rahu and probably the Sun affecting Mercury and Jupiter, because remember, Mercury is all about communication. Mercury is all about um, courage. It's all about messages from the gods. Jupiter is guru. He's the teacher, the educator of the gods, of the deities. So that, he is there struggling to teach you some things, but Rahu is in his way. They're both in a Ashwini nakshatra, so that one is affecting the other. There's no if or but about it. And then Rahu is at 989 in a retrograde, because Rahu and Ketu are always retrograde. And Jupiter is there at 217 Ashwini in Pada 1. So, Jupiter is quickly approaching the mouth of Rahu to be eaten by Rahu, so that, that darkness, that negativity may very well be expanded a bit for you to turn your back here on everything. Because when Rahu is affecting Jupiter, remember, Jupiter is all about expansion. So when Rahu brings his grandiose ideas and deliberations to Jupiter, it might very well be that you want to expand that feeling of depression, that feeling of weariness. And then Mercury is not only combust, Mercury is retrograde. So it's a double whammy here with Mercury and communication and what you want to say and how you want to say it. So that you probably feel that you can't communicate properly, that your word is not getting across, that what you want to say is not coming out how you want to say it. And this could very well be the issue here. So, this card, while you're feeling that way and there is reason for it, don't let it keep you back. Let us see what the power line says. The power line says Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can be either negative or positive, because a wheel could turn either which way. A wheel could be in reverse, a wheel could go forward. So which way does this Wheel of Fortune turn for you? And in the power line, you're thinking that the Wheel of Fortune can turn anyway, but the Sun is telling you it's celebration time. It's the Three of Cups. So that you are thinking that it can turn anyway, but the power line gives you success. So therefore, to me, that's a positive. So that the Sun here is giving you a positive. The moon, while in Leo, is giving you that strength, that leadership quality to move forward. So that probably it's something that you have to isolate yourself on, meditate yourself on. But the power line says, the wheel of fortune is there, celebration is there. So that this sun here is giving you that celebration. The moon is giving you that leadership. So that this is just a phase. Don't let it bother you. Hold on. Better things are coming. Then in the harmony line, we have the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Now, the Eight of Wands is saying that you have worked hard and it's going to come to you. Things may not be coming all at once because you see all these wands are staggered. They are not in a straight line. So things are going to come to you quickly, maybe suddenly, but it's going to come to you. You have worked hard. You are going to reap the rewards right now, and you will see success. You are feeling a bit still grief stricken, you're weary, you have nightmares. This Nine of Swords here, you are under stress, anxiety, but none of the swords are touching you. You are there resting, but you are thinking your mental health, your mental thoughts there. It's all over. And this is Mercury. Mercury wants to communicate, but Mercury can't because Mercury is combust and retrograde. So this harmony line here is telling you get a balance. Yes, things are going to come to you. It's not going to come to you one after the other. It might be sudden, it might be long, it might be, next year, it might be some months from now. But this is what is happening because all these wands are staggered. So don't be greedy. Have patience. This is a time to move. This is a time to take a rest. This is a time to isolate yourself a little bit because the Eight of Cups told you so. Because all these planets here that are here right now in a stellium, it have 5 planets there with the ascendant. So it's directly affecting the ascendant. And the ascendant lagna could very well be you. So at the end of the day, understand that the cards are telling you the same thing that the Kundali or birth chart is telling you. And again, remember transits are secondary to dashas. And let us see what is happening in the material world. And in the material world, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Chariot, the High Priestess, and Judgment. And the Ten of Pentacles is all about inheritance. It's all about elders giving to you. It's all about guidance coming to you. So that in the real world, while you have that confusion going on in Aries there with Jupiter, Mercury, Sun, Rahu, and Uranus, the grounding that you have in the material world says that you are going to get the inheritance, whether it's finances, whether it's wisdom, whether it's knowledge, whether it's skill. The Ten of Pentacles speaks of abundance. It speaks of about tradition. It speaks about old money. It speaks about long lasting permanent issues that will stay with you. And Saturn is there. And I told you, Saturn delays, he does not deny. This is Saturn's influence here, giving you that worry free issue on what can be and what will be. So hold on, don't let the struggle overwhelm you. And we have the Chariot is telling you to be focused, to be focused right now because Venus is there in Taurus, and Taurus is all about finances. Taurus is all about banking. Taurus is all about uh, your assets, the money market. And the Chariot is telling you be focused. Be focused. Don't look, left or right. Just move forward. Move forward in this May 2023. And the High Priestess is telling you there are secrets. Some people are holding secrets. The spiritual healer is there for you, but your intuition, your psychic ability is going to pull you through. Your wisdom from Jupiter, who is here right now, your wisdom is here. Jupiter is you have that grounding. I think that's what I want to say. You have that grounding that Jupiter has given you. It's a little, disassembled right now because of what is happening in Aries here. This, this is all important. This Aries with all these people here, all these grahas here, that is what is giving you this kind of anxiety, this kind of stress. And then, we have the judgment card here in your goals, your ambitions. How are you going to create? And it's you're judging yourself too harshly, maybe. You know, you are judging yourself too harshly, so that at the end of the day, the uh, planets are aligned in a particular way that the cards are telling you. Is, it's the same way, but take heart, it's only for a period of time. And what about the deities? What are they telling us? We had pulled the south node, which is K2. And K2, has the attitude, been there, done that. Been there, done that. Remember, reconsider. Now is not the time to take action, because it's going to bring you trouble, it's going to bring you anxiety about a lot of things. There will not be an issue if you hanging there, if you remember, if you reconsider. So the South Node is telling you that now is not the time to do what you want to do. Now is not the time to be creative. Yes, you're wary, you're turning your back, and probably that's a good thing for now, because it's not going to last long. Then we have growth. You're going to grow. The growth is going to come to you. Growth is telling you, at the end of the day, there are weeds, but there are plants there that will give you fruits, that will help you heal, that will feed you, that will sustain you. So look towards the long term issue and not the now for now. Don't be greedy. Earth, nurture, grounding, foundation, stability. Earth is also Taurus here with, the finer things in life. Venus wants to give you the finer things in life, but Venus is very grounded in Taurus. So, and Earth just confirms that, because Taurus is an Earth uh, sign. So that at the end of the day, the cards are telling you the same thing. And the third house, courage, sibling, communication, by making the right connection, the ideas, get going. But it can't get going right now, because it's combust, Mercury's combust. But it's also about your courage to understand that yes, you're turning your back. You may very well have to turn your back, but take heart, take courage, because it's only for a time. And then we have Lord Kapila, the knower of matter and spirit. And you're turning your back, and probably that's what you need at the end of the day, to turn your back on the material world for a time being, to turn your back on a little bit of maybe some dreams, hold them back a little bit. Don't cancel them, postpone them. You know, Lord Kapila is telling you that. The know of matter and spirit. Follow your heart, follow your intuition. The high priestess is telling you that. Don't judge yourself too harshly. Make a judgment after this period. Be a little laid back right now. And then we have Leo, and we had the moon in Leo. Leadership, and probably that's where you're thinking that you have to lead. And the creativeness, you want the creativeness to come out, but the creativeness cannot come out right now because of the stellium in here, and the combustion of Mercury, and the ascension of Rahu, and Jupiter in Ashwini Nakshatra. The creativeness is just not coming forward, and that is what is happening. So that look, the moon is going to move into Virgo shortly, but moon is in Leo right now. But the moon in Virgo tells you, think about the issues surrounding health, and exercise may come to the fore. Focus on your physical well-being, and probably that's why the Eight of Cups is there for you. You need to turn your back on what you were trying to build. You need to turn your back on everything at this point in time and look after yourself. Focus on your physical well-being. And that is what, this is telling you. So let us now let's see what the end of May is going to bring for us. End of May doesn't bring too much change. What we have is moon going into Virgo. We have moon going into Virgo. So moon is here in Virgo, and we just dealt with that card where you think about your physical well-being. Venus has moved from Taurus straight down to Cancer. And Venus spent some time there because Venus is only 52 minutes into Punarvashu Nakshatra, so that Venus has just come into uh, Cancer to join Mars. Sun has finally moved across from Aries into Taurus, so Mercury is free and Jupiter is kind of free because Jupiter is still with Rahu in Ashwini Nakshatra and they are both in Pada tree. So, it's probably not time for learning right now. It's probably time to rest from education, from learning, to take that break um, so that you can learn properly and learn the correct things. And at the end of the day, it's just one movement, Sun and Mars with Venus. Ketu and Rahu remains, Neptune remains, Saturn, Pluto, Uranus. So those are the movements at the end of the month. Nothing too spectacular, nothing that will really impact anything or make a change uh, other than Mars not really being very comfortable in um, Cancer, because Cancer is a very nurturing emotional sign, and Mars just likes to fight, likes to go into battle, likes to command, likes to push forward. So Mars is not very comfortable there, but we can deal with Mars in our next reading. And the cards remain the same because these are just what it is: the Eight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Hanged Man, then we have the Ten of Pentacles, Chariot, High Priestess, and Judgment. So they are all remaining here for the month of May, and this is your reading, this is your transit, so that a little depression, a little laid back, but it's all a reason. It's not anything that you've done or anything that somebody has done to you. It is just what it is. It is what it is. So accept it, understand how you have to act, how you have to behave, how you have to speak, and the action speaks louder than words in the May month. And your action is to focus on yourself, focus on your well-being. Take the time out to focus on your well-being. Thank you for listening. Bhagwan's blessing has once again brought me to an end of a video sharing with you words and knowledge coming from Vedic Astrology and Tarot alignment at Zeedam Astrology. I always hope that you learn something new when you look at my videos. I ask that you sign up, share, subscribe, and leave your comments so that I can grow with you and not just be stagnant. Thank you for listening, and I hope something new and exciting enters your thoughts and enables your dreams. Be safe, happy, and healthy until we meet again. Take care. Bye.